Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a free Steam title that you can pick up right now directly on Steam, so we'll highlight that. And we do have some great Steam game deals, some historic lows, and more to go over at the end of this video. So first of all, we have Paranoia is available for free over on Steam. Observe every corner of your apartment by moving your camera along a rail that runs through the rooms. Find and take pictures of paranormal anomalies to exercise them. Locked in your surveillance room, will you survive tonight's 8 rounds? Very positive reception on this game. 104 Steam user reviews, 94% positive, and they have announced a sequel that will be coming out in the future, but the first game is available free right now, probably to get some more attention on that. The game's playtime noted to be 45 minutes to 180 minutes, so 45 minutes to 3 hours. Your goal is to survive for 8 consecutive hours. With each round, a new set of anomalies appear in the apartment, as many opportunities for them to trap you or destroy the camera. When you complete a round, the number of missed anomalies is revealed to you by the system. For each anomaly you miss, you lose one of the 6 locks on the seal that protects you from the entities. Keep at least one lock until 8 a.m. to have a chance of banishing the source of evil. Lose them all, and you're doomed. Again, that is available for free. Check that out. It'll be free until February the 23rd, but once you add it to your library, yours to own forever. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to highlight some great Steam game deals. First of all, this one pretty relevant right now, as the sequel will be dropping in just a month. Death Stranding Director's Cut is 75% off for $9.99. Highly recommend Death Stranding 1 before you play Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding is a game that certainly is not for everyone, but I think the people that do enjoy it will absolutely love it. Now, I will say this. I think Death Stranding 2 is a far, far superior game over Death Stranding 1. I just think from a narrative standpoint, it's far more cohesive, the gameplay's better, and a lot more options. But Death Stranding 1 is still really good. Narratively, it can feel like it's all over the place and hard to comprehend. Very, very lengthy cutscenes. It's a Hideo Kojima game, so keep that in mind, but I still found Death Stranding 1 to be an incredibly, almost relaxing and serene kind of game. Yes, you can call it FedEx Delivery Simulator, but I just think the game is really, really well done and very rewarding by the end. A pretty lengthy game as well, but for $9.99, I think it's a great pickup. This is a historic low price point for the game, and like I said, I would highly recommend you to play Death Stranding 1 before you play 2, even though 2 is the far better game. I still thought 1 was really good. Alright, a couple of Sega deals as a part of Sega's Year of the Horse sale. We got Persona 3 Reload. It's at a historic low price point. 60% off for $23.99. I really enjoyed Persona 3 Reload. I've said my piece on the Tartarus still being fairly dated, and that is a core mechanic of the game and a core, gameplay element, the dungeon crawling, but overall, the game is still really good. Like, why are you getting into a Persona game? Usually it's for the characters, the narrative, the soundtrack, and those elements are all really, really well done, and P3R is still a fantastic game in that regard. Gameplay is good, quality of life improvements are there. For $24, I think it's a pretty good pickup. Sonic X Shadow Generations finally getting cheaper, also at a historic low price point, 60% off for $19.99. Look, it's whack what Sega does in terms of pulling the original game, and they pulled the original Sonic Generation, so now you have to pick up this more expensive version, but Sonic X Shadow Generations is an awesome game. The Shadow campaign that they added is fantastic. It's a great piece of content, albeit it is a little bit on the shorter side. That's something you can complete in around 6 to 8 hours, like around that range, but man, it's a great 6 to 8 hours. And Sonic Generations is still great if you never played that or you just want to go back into it. That's a nice inclusion as well. And for $19.99, I would say a solid pickup. The Deluxe Edition is available for $24, and that does get you like an extra level. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out as well. So that's a pretty good buy on top of that. Alright, next up, we are coming up on the release of Resident Evil Requiem, so I gotta glaze Resident Evil here for a second. We got Resident Evil 4, the remake, 60% off for $15.99. Resident Evil 4 is an outstanding game. I often talk about my pantheon of the greatest games of all time. Resident Evil 4, you could throw in the original, you could throw in the remake. They're both tremendous, tremendous games, and the remake was just a fantastic remake of the original. Just a great game, and obviously, star character Leon very much gonna be a big part of Requiem, and whether or not he lives, that's a question up in the air. But $15.99 for RE4, great pickup there, and the Gold Edition is $19.99. That'll include the Separate Ways expansion as well. If you want to get this before Requiem comes out, you can easily beat the game in a week. week. I mean, you could play through it 15 to 20 hours if you really take your time, but yeah, $15.99 on that, $19.99 for the Gold Edition, which I would highly recommend. Next up, we do have God of War 2018, 60% off for $19.99, and God of War Ragnarok, just to break the fourth wall a little bit. I am recording this video right after the news came out about PlayStation shutting down Bluepoint, and PlayStation is absolutely whack for that. Bluepoint, if you don't know, they were working on a God of War live service game, but prior to that, they did the Demon Souls remake as well as the Shadow of the Colossus remake. Sometimes Sony just absolutely infuriates me in a lot of their decision-making over the last few years because I think in large part they don't have any competition. It has just been terrible, and obviously them being desperate for microtransactions. But what people really want out of Sony is their games like God of War. They want their marquee single-player experiences, narrative-heavy. Sure, these games might not be for everyone. People might say, you're playing a movie. Do you want to play video games or do you want to watch a movie? Well, guess what? God of War is an incredible experience. The story's great, the gameplay's great, and I enjoyed it. If that makes me a filthy casual for enjoying games like God of War and Horizon, I'm a filthy casual. But yeah, $19.99 on this game is an excellent pickup. I would highly recommend it, and definitely a good pickup. And then God of War Ragnarok is 33% off for $40.19. Still holding up in price. This came out back in September of 2024, and that's the PC release. It initially came out on PlayStation 5 in 2022, so yeah, almost 4 years later, and you're still paying $40 for this PC version. But Ragnarok is great. It's just a lot more of the same of 2018, which, not a bad thing. God of War 2018 was at such a high level and such a good game that, you know, that's not a bad thing. But, yeah, $40.19 on that. Then I do want to give a shout to Peak. That is 38% off for $4.95, which I would say is a pretty good deal. I did shout out the Fanatical deal that had it a little bit cheaper, but as always, a lot of you guys want to buy your games directly from Steam. Peak is a co-op climbing game where the slightest mistake can spell your doom, either solo or as a group of lost nature scouts. Your only hope of rescue from a mysterious island is to scale the mountain at its center. Do you have what it takes to reach the peak? Overwhelmingly positive reception, 116,000 reviews, 95% positive, just really well received. And yeah, $4.95 on that. And then lastly, I do want to give a shout to OPUS Echo of the Starsong Full Bloom Edition. If you are into narrative-driven games, this is one that you should absolutely check out. 50% off for $12.49. Very much a visual novel style of the game, so just keep in mind, if you're not into those games, you know, it is what it is. Echo of Starsong is a visual novel-style adventure game. Ada, a girl who can hear mysterious sound waves known as Starsong, crosses paths with a young man in search of their source. Together, they venture out in the heart of space to unravel an ancient myth. It's a visual novel-style adventure game. Asteroids emitting a sound known as Starsongs have become the center of conflict for immense power that they hold. Determined to claim asteroids of his own, a young man adventures out with a girl who can imitate Starsongs, lending her voice to unravel an ancient myth deep into the heart of space. Great visual style, $12.49 on this, 90 on Metacritic as well, really well received, but yeah, good discount on that as well. But that is going to do it for me. Again, get a free copy of Paranoia right now over on Steam. And a lot of great deals available right now as well. That Death Stranding deal is excellent. Would highly recommend you to take advantage of that, and a lot of other good stuff. The Sega deals are pretty good. Links to everything, as always, in the description box below, and these are all deals directly available on Steam. That'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.